In today's video, I bought the smallest and largest ever made Five Nights at Freddy's merch to see if the bigger merch is truly better than the little stuff, as well as giving some away at the end of this video. So let's get right into it. So, Shadow Freddy, what is the smallest Five Nights at Freddy's merch ever made? Oh, of course, it is the Five Nights at Freddy's Biddy Pops. And if you guys don't know what these are, you have to set them down carefully. Let's go review them and check them out. So, checking out the Biddy Pops, they are extremely cool, being just tiny little micro versions of a lot of the classic FNAF Funko Pops. So we have a tiny Freddy, a tiny Bonnie, a tiny Chica, a tiny Foxy, a tiny Cupcake, a tiny Balloon Boy, a tiny Springtrap, that's a duplicate, a tiny Nightmare Freddy, a tiny Nightmare Bonnie, a tiny Nightmare Chica, a tiny Nightmare Foxy, a tiny Circus Baby, a tiny Ballora, a tiny Funtime Freddy, and a tiny Funtime Foxy. The only one I'm missing is a tiny Nightmare Cupcake who's a 1 in 6 who's kind of rare. So if you guys have a duplicate Nightmare Cupcake, please let me know, as I can't find him yet. But let's take a look at some of these pops in depth, just the tiny little ones, before we check out the next FNAF merch. So all these are extremely cool. I'll show you some of my favorites. Balloon Boy, I really like him. I love how they pop out so easy. Balloon Boy is extremely cute, extremely cool, and extremely tiny. I think he's just an awesome little pop. I love how cute and tiny he looks. Let's check out some other ones, like Springtrap. Yeah, they pop open so cool. So the Springtrap one, he also looks really good, being a super tiny micro version of Springtrap, who's absolutely adorable. Let me show you one of my least favorite ones, Circus Baby. The pop already wasn't a good design, and this Biddy Pop is, it's not good. It's not good. It's really bad. Cupcake is also absolutely adorable if you take a look at the tiny Cupcake here. Surprisingly, one of the biggest ones, if you even compare him to, like, Freddy Fazbear over here. Or, you can see Cupcake's a lot bigger. I just love all the tiny Biddy Pops. The Nightmare ones have some extremely cool details. Like, look at Nightmare Chica. Oh, man. That is a cool Biddy Pop. They're so cool. If you guys haven't picked them up, they're honestly extremely cheap. They're like 10 bucks for 4 of them, and they're really cool. I honestly love these. But now let's go check out the next smallest Five Nights at Freddy's merch. Oh, man. The Biddy Pops are really cool because of how tiny they are. So, Shadow Freddy, what's the next smallest FNAF merch we have up? Whoa! Oh! I love Fightline so much. You guys know how much I love FNAF World, my favorite Five Nights at Freddy's game of all time. Let's go check these out in case you guys have no idea what the Fightline figures are because of how insanely cool they are. So checking out the Fightline figures next, I'm in love with them. You guys know how much I love FNAF World, my favorite FNAF game of all time, my favorite video game of all time, and these figures do the game so much justice. I mean, just look at them. Balloon Boy, Circus Baby isn't in the game, but Puppet, Crying Child, Bonnie, Phantom Foxy, Classic Freddy. I mean, they're incredible. I love them so much. I even made some of my own custom figures. I made a custom Phantom Freddy, who I think looks super cool, a custom Shadow Bonnie, and a custom... and a custom Phantom Puppet. You guys might have seen these customs in Animatronics Fightline video. People are asking, like, what, a white rabbit? I didn't know there was a white rabbit figure. Nope, that was my figure that I custom painted, which is super cool. I mean, just the details on them they're just incredible. I'm in love with these, especially my 2 favorite figures ever made are the purple guy and Crying Child figure, simply because they are not only 100% accurate to FNAF World, but 100% accurate to the FNAF 3 minigames. So if you want to recreate the FNAF 3 minigames, these figures are literally 100% accurate. They're not stylized at all, like how these figures are still extremely accurate to FNAF World. They just have bigger heads and smaller bodies. No, not with these. Their heads are perfectly sized, and their bodies are perfectly sized. They're beautiful. I don't know how to explain it. There's even some other custom characters, which I'm not a huge fan of, like Chocolate Bonnie, Chocolate Freddy, and Chocolate Chica, and Circus Baby. These are 4 characters they decided to make up for their own line of FNAF figures, which I still think they're cool. I really like Chocolate Freddy and Chocolate Chica's designs. It's really great to see Circus Baby in the style, and they got Chocolate Bonnie's colors wrong again. I think these figures are incredible, and some of the best tiniest FNAF merch. So let's go check out the next smallest FNAF merch we have. Oh, Fightline is so cool. I don't think the next merch can possibly top it. Shadow Freddy, what's the next smallest FNAF merch we have up? Because they're still pretty tiny. We got... What? A sealed Five Nights at Freddy's glow-in-the-dark mystery mini. That's right, I am giving away another one of these incredibly rare minis. I'm going to be giving away a few single ones in the video as a countdown to my giant FNAF mystery box video because it's taking a while and I know you guys really want to see it, so I thought I'd give away a few ones. Real Puggo fans know how to enter in the giveaway for a super rare. This is worth a ton of money, a sealed Wave 2 blind box. So how do you enter to win? I'll tell you guys, but don't worry, there's also more giveaways later in the video. This is just one of the coolest ones for now, and it's one of the tiniest. So all you gotta do, 3 simple, easy, free steps. All you gotta do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment saying you finished all 3 steps, and what your favorite tiny or large FNAF bird shown off in the video, you gotta keep watching it to see is. And I'll choose one of you to win the free vinyl figure, as well as some other things we're giving away. So, let's go check out the next tiny... Alright, Shadow Freddy, now we're getting into the medium-sized FNAF merch. So the next up we have is the Five Nights at Freddy's McFarlane sets. I absolutely love the McFarlane sets, and it's a real shame that they don't make them anymore. We have a ton of them, such as a in-box Phantom Balloon Boy, Nightmare Foxy, the Puppet with the Prize Corner, and Funtime Freddy and Funtime Foxy. So let's bring these over and quickly take a nice little review with them at the review desk. So next up, for a little bit of medium FNAF merch, we have some of the McFarlane sets. So I chose a few different sizes here, but not the biggest sets because they get a little bit too big for the next merch we're reviewing. So there's some super tiny sets, like these super tiny ones, like Funtime Freddy and Funtime Foxy. These sets are really tiny and they connect together. If you're wondering how big the tiny sets are when they're in box, well, I got this super special in-box Phantom Balloon Boy McFarlane set, and this is how big they are in box, so you can tell that they're still pretty tiny. And then I have 2 medium sets here, a bigger medium set and a smaller medium set, but they're both considered medium McFarlane sets. So this is the medium Nightmare Foxy with the dresser McFarlane set. I'm not sure why they didn't give him the closet, because they gave Nightmare Mangle the closet. It would make a lot more sense for Nightmare Foxy to have the closet, but still, it's a really nice set, a really cool corner of the FNAF 4 bedroom. And we have the prize corner, one of my favorite McFarlane sets ever made. Such an incredibly cool set with so much detail, and it looks so accurate. The 3 little plushies, the prize counter, Puppet's music box, all the decals on the wall, and of course with the Puppet McFarlane figure himself. It's just absolutely incredible, and I am a huge fan of the McFarlane sets, and for how cool they are, I really wish they would continue to make the McFarlane sets. McFarlane would take the license back. That would be absolutely incredible. It's a real shame we haven't got any Security Breach McFarlane sets or anything. I really hope we do. But let's go check out the next FNAF merch, which definitely gets a lot bigger. Oh, those McFarlane sets are great. So, Shadow Freddy, let's get into the next one of the merch getting a little bit bigger, but we're not at the largest FNAF merch yet. So, what do we have? Oh! The incredible Xmart FNAF plushies. This is just the size of any classic FNAF plush, but I wanted to show off the Xmart again, including the next giveaway up is another sealed Fredbear plush. The rest of the Xmart plushies and Fredbear are currently restocked on Xmart's website, so you can pick them up for yourself. But if you guys would like to win a free Fredbear plushie, then you guys know the 3 simple steps, the ones I already explained. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment saying you finished all 3 steps. Some of you guys aren't subscribing, you win the giveaways, and then you aren't subscribed, so I have to choose a new winner. Like, you would get free items if you would just subscribe. So let's check out the plushies just a little bit, because some of you guys don't have the Xmart plush, but they're currently in stock on his website. So let's go review them. So, doing a quick review of the 4 incredible Xmart Withered plushies, because I've already reviewed them, and I did actually help design them, in case you guys didn't know, and we are currently designing some more Xmart plushies, and you guys actually get to choose your very own Xmart plushie that is designed. You guys get to help design it. If you guys go to my community tab right now, you guys get to choose between a chubby-bodied Scrap Baby and a classic Funko Circus Baby Scrap Baby body. You guys get to choose which one wins, and whichever one wins is going to be made into a official Xmart plushie. Of course, we're still making Scrap Baby, but you guys get to decide if she has this body or the one that's accurate to Circus Baby. So looking at these plushies, they're incredible. Withered Freddy has all his design. Withered Bonnie is so impressive, from his ears to his face to his wires to his teeth to his metallic hand, his missing arm, then the other metallic hand. Withered Chica looks so good with her open jaw, the best way it can look, her bib, her shiny toes, her super cool wires, and Withered Foxy with his super cool withered ear, super cool withered eye patch, and incredible embroidering withering. So in case you guys don't know, I'll give you a little sneak preview of the next Xmart coming up plush. That's right, it is Withered Golden Freddy. You can tell he's missing from this wave, and I know a ton of you guys can't afford the official Golden Freddy plush, so we wanted to make it look extremely accurate to the Funko one while making it look like Withered Golden Freddy. So you guys don't have to worry about spending $300 on Golden Freddy anymore, as you can get him. And we have a few other plushes coming down the pipeline that me and a ton of other incredible creators have helped design, so I'll show you guys those in a future video. But now let's go check out some massive Five Nights at Freddy's merch. So Shadow Freddy, this merch is really starting to get quite big. Let's check out the next ones we have. They are the 1 foot tall Five Nights at Freddy's action figures, the biggest Five Nights at Freddy's action figures ever made. I mean, look how massive they are with tons of articulation. Let's take Massive Freddy and Massive Bonnie over to the review desk to see how big they really are. So next up for massive Five Nights at Freddy's merch, we have the 1 foot tall Freddy and the 1 foot tall Bonnie action figure, who are astronomically large, and for their price of only about $40 to $50, the price for these action figures is insane, and they are super worth it. If you guys have not yet picked these up, these are some of my favorite Five Nights at Freddy's action figures ever made because of how massive and detailed they are, and because of how posable they are. I mean, they have so much posability. Of course, you can move their heads like the other ones. You know, you can move their heads around looking different places, but you can also open their mouths all the way. They have full articulation on their shoulders, on the middle of their joints. They can move their hands, they can move their torsos, move their legs, move these, and move their actual feet. It's hard to do with one hand. Freddy's absolutely incredible, and Bonnie's super cool as well. You can see there's even an endo jaw inside the head, both his teeth. Really sad he still has upper teeth along with Freddy. Not sure why they did that. I'm really hoping we get other jumbo figures like a jumbo Springtrap, a jumbo Foxy, a jumbo Golden Freddy, and a jumbo Chica. Really finish off wave 1, which would be incredible. Bonnie looks so good. I'm not sure where I put his guitar. I've lost it somewhere, but these jumbo figures are so cool and just absolutely massive. I love them. And now let's go check out some even bigger Five Nights at Freddy's merch. This merch really is getting quite big, Shadow Freddy. So the next one we have up has to be over a foot tall. There's not too many pieces of FNAF merch that are honestly that big. So who could it honestly be? Well, let's go check it out. Next up is, I have not reviewed this yet. This is the over a foot tall, 100% accurate Hex Mangle FNAF plushie, and oh my goodness gracious, this plushie is absolutely incredible and absolutely massive. I mean, just look how big she is. So can I even, yeah, alright, let's move her over to the review desk and check out this super accurate Hex Mangle plushie. So next up for the massive FNAF merch, we have the absolutely humongous Mangle Hex plushie. And I have to say, in case Dawko is watching this video, this plushie is extremely impressive. One of the most incredible Five Nights at Freddy's plushies ever made. Most of them look like this, and I think for Dawko to go and make something as ambitious and as incredible as a massive accurate Mangle plushie, he did, and the entire Hex team did an incredible job. Now, $100 for it is, it's a little bit much, and I'm not a huge fan of the mouth, like the Foxy mouth, but other than that, I think all the magnets, the wires, the material they used for this is incredible. The embroidering down every single inch of it, the hands, how everything is completely magnetic, and the magnets are so strong on this plush. The original magnets for the Toy Wave, like Toy Freddy, Toy Bonnie, Balloon Boy, were extremely weak, and I hated that. They would just flop apart. But this Mangle, these magnets are so strong that I have a hard time, like, pulling them apart. They are that strong. These are incredible magnets that look so good. The wires look really good. I'm not a fan of the endo head. It doesn't look good. It's designed really poorly, and that's really as far as my complaints go. The eyes look incredible. I love the detailing on it. All the mix match wires, the stands are also a great touch for it. All the different legs and the posable everything. Oh, it's incredible just how amazingly massive and just how magnetic. I don't even know what to say. I am blown away by this plushie. It is one of the best Five Nights at Freddy's plushies ever made, like ever. It is absolutely incredible. It's so good. Like something like Funko, even YouTube's, possibly even Sanshee, could never make a plushie like this because this isn't just what they do. So making extremely creative and cool plushies is something that Hex really specializes in, and I can appreciate an incredible looking plushie just like this one. So now let's go check out some even bigger Five Nights at Freddy's merch. So Shadow Freddy, now we are on to the second largest Five Nights at Freddy's products ever made. Are you ready for the second biggest ones? Of course, the biggest one's going to be the biggest, but let's see what the second biggest Five Nights at Freddy's plushies ever made are. We have the Jumbo Five Nights at Freddy's plushies, some of the biggest and second biggest Five Nights at Freddy's merch ever made. You can see there's a few different sizes. There's a smaller one like the FNAF movie cupcake here. There's the classic size of the Blacklight Freddy right here, and the Nightmare Foxy. Wow, what an incredibly detailed Nightmare Foxy plush. And the biggest ones, the 3-foot tall Mega Jumbos. Only a few were made, and this one I have on display here is the Mega Jumbo Blacklight Freddy plush. So they all come in different sizes, but of course, the 3-foot tall one is one of the biggest, and they're all absolutely massive and all absolutely incredible looking. But let's be honest, you guys want to see the largest Five Nights at Freddy's merch ever made. So, get this out of here. Go! Get out of here, Jumbo Plush. You aren't the biggest, you're the second biggest. So now, without further ado, let's turn back to Shadow Freddy and check out the largest Five Nights at Freddy's merch ever made. So, Shadow Freddy, oh man, what's that noise? Is that the largest FNAF merch ever made? We have, what? Oh, there's nothing here. There's just the Jumbos that I knocked over in SML, Junior Joseph Cody. Where could they possibly be? What's that, Shadow Freddy? Well, it's right behind me. That's a dumb line, Shadow Freddy. Don't say that. But it is, the life-sized Five Nights at Freddy's inflatables. You guys have seen me feature these in other videos, but this is one of the brand newest ones that I've just picked up and never shown off. Basically, no YouTube videos of her exist ever online. This is the fully inflatable, life-sized Chica FNAF Halloween blow-up. This is one of the rarest ones ever. If you remember the really old Andy Matronic video, she only had Freddy, Bonnie, and Foxy. I somehow got super lucky to find someone selling Chica, and she is absolutely gigantic. I mean, such incredibly big inflatable. Let me turn the camera around so you can see me standing next to Chica for a height comparison. So I really hope you guys enjoyed checking out the largest Five Nights at Freddy's merch ever made. I have a massive video coming up next week. Just because you guys stayed till the end of the video, next week's video is going to be, I built the entire FNAF location in 24 hours. It's going to be an insane video, and it will be posted next week, so be extremely excited for that. It's one of the biggest videos I've ever made. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to do all 3 steps to enter in the giveaway, and I will see you all later. Good. Mwah, 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 mwah.